Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodash. In English, that would mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and brothers of Great Millstone, GMS for short, where I am learning this 100% truth. Shalom to the elect, to the 144,000, to the mixed multitude that scattered to all four corners of the earth, putting in this work. Shalom to the sincere sisters that believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, that also believe in this 100% truth. Matthews 28:19 tell us to go therefore teaching all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father Yahweh, and in the name of the Son Yahweh Shah, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodash. So that's what we're going to continue doing. So I did a few videos on Jacob's troubles, and I wanted to continue. So we always talk about problem, reaction, solution, because that's what the elite top banking families are doing, and they are practicing to see what the results is going to be. So you look at problem, it says what was wrong or needed improvement. Describes the issue, challenge, or gap. What happened? Why was it a problem? Who or what was affected? So once you see you tried this new experiment, and who did it really affect? Once you figure out who it affected, and you got the plan anyway. They what's that, Micah 2:1? They create things in their bed, and then when the morning come, they practice it. So they already got plans, and then as they seeing what the problems is, okay, who would this affect? Would this affect them people that we really trying to get to? Them Israelites? Oh yeah, we can mess them up. If we put these chemtrails in the air in certain places, we can fuck them up. We can put a lot of metal and forever chemicals in the air and mess them up. Now, will it affect some of our people? Yeah, but it's going to affect many more of theirs. Okay? So they already got the plan and who it's going to affect. It says, and this is a part of Jacob's trouble because it's affecting us. It's affecting them a little bit, but it's hitting us hard because this is their plan. Actions. What did you do about it? So they try not to let the people find out the truth. So they trying to do everything to taint it, to cover your eyes, to put a covering over your eyes. So if that's messing with the food, messing with the water, messing with the air, messing with the fruits and vegetables, because if you can't think correctly, you can't see what they doing. You can't see what they doing. Them chemtrails is fucking people up. People waking up sick every day. So they trying to make sure that they take away the truth. How they do that? By also paying people to make up shit and say different lies and try to talk shit about the people that's speaking the truth. Scoffers, false prophets, they pay these people off so that they can lie to the people. But the ones that trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we're not falling for that. Who is involved? The top banking families. It says, so like a problem would be like system short outage. They did it. So when they come back on, shit gonna be shut off. Shit ain't gonna be working. Banks gonna shut down. They gonna be able to take your shit. Oh man, they have some crazy plans, bro. They getting tired of everybody learning this truth through the internet. They gonna shut that down too. They gonna shut that down. They already working on shutting down your First Amendment. Matter of fact, it says the First Amendment is part of the U.S. Constitution. Removing or changing it will require a constitutional amendment, which means 2/3 of the Congress and 3/4 of the state agreeing. That's extremely unlikely, but they all on the same team. See, us in the know, we know that all these people work together. They act like it's a blue and a red, or it's a Republican and the Democrats, but really all that shit was back in the days. What was that? The plebeian and the patricians? We already know about all that shit. They all on the same team. They all on the same team. So like it says, what is actually happening? It says government limits in specific content. Laws are laws about hate speech, misinformation, national security, protests, and public safety. Courts deciding where free speech ends and other rights begin. Defamation, threats, excitement, etc. Private companies moderating speech. Social media platforms removing content, which we go through that all the time. I really didn't think it was hitting my stuff till I finally went and looked, and a few of my videos got blocked. And I'm like, a few of my videos on Instagram get blocked. They make it to where you can't hear the sound. Or if you putting up any type of like documents and stuff, they block it out to where it's black, so you can't even see nothing. You don't do that to all the wicked ass shit that's going on, but you will mess with mine. So it says, this feel like censorship, but legally it's not a First Amendment issue because the amendment restricts government, not private companies. It says, politicians sometimes propose laws or policies that critique, argue, chill free speech. Others argue those laws protect people in democracy. It says First Amendment equals limits on government power. It says it does not guarantee a platform for every opinion, freedom from consequences, protection from private employers or companies. See, they make the rules and they break the rules. That's what people got to understand, man. I had somebody at work talking about my daughter learning all the laws. I said, hey, that girl is still a brown Israelite. Don't tell her to do that shit. The Bible tells us is to go with your enemies and make it home. That's what we got to do. not being like them fucking Muslims and put up a fight and acting like you know this. And just because you know these laws, you think that shit gonna work? They gonna shoot the shit out your ass. So be quiet. Hey, yes sir, officer, yes sir, no sir, officer. Here you go, officer. Yeah, okay, thank you, appreciate it. Have a good one. Boom, and go home. Go home. All them people that be trying to put up a fight and talk shit and stuff, they be getting shot or getting tased and getting slammed and shit. We ain't got time for that. They already are on the edge, so they want to do that. It's about to be getting worse because we got so many fucking zombies. They gonna fight the police. They gonna be doing all that shit, and then they gonna think everybody is the same. But we look forward to the protection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Because we know they stirring up this shit, man. We know it. It says, Salakim, I looked up the top banking families stirring up trouble in the chat GPT. And it says, if you mean it as a general claim that a small group of powerful banking families secretly stir up trouble, that idea mostly comes from conspiracy theorists, many of which historically inaccurate and have been used to justify prejudice, especially anti-Semitic narratives. It's like they'll say anything just because they know what's going on. So they like, nah, let's not say the truth. I'll give them a little bit of truth, but not everything. There, it says, instead, you asking about real historical influences of wealthy financial families. That is a legitimate topic. It says, wealthy banking families existed. Example given, the Medici, Rothschilds, Morgans. They financed governments, wars, and industrial projects like especially in 1800s and the 19th centuries, the 18th and the 19th century. Their influence came from capital connections and political access. See, they stir up all the shit. They pay for everything and they stir it up. They make money off everything. But this is their plan to get the Israelites to go against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah and to fall for their trap. Because they still pissed that they lost their birthrights to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah and he gave it to Jacob. So Genesis 27:41, it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning for my father's liking are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. That's still in effect to this day. Think about it, man. How many times you see the Chinese people getting fucked up? I barely see the Arabs getting messed up. The only nations you really see getting messed up is the so-called black people, the Indians, and the Mexicans. You don't really see them other nations getting messed up, man. So precept Amos 1:11, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. So we know Esau's going to get his punishment, but right now while he's ruling, oh, he about to be acting crazy. And he making sure he coming for us full throttle. It says, and because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Forever. So that means that's coming. It's already here, but it's only about to get worse. It's about to get worse, man. Shit is gonna get crazy for us. Only if the Lord is dealing with you will you be okay. But other than that, it's about to get so fucking crazy. Excuse my French. It's about to get wild out here. They know, okay, if these people keep turning to they power, man, he gonna help them just like he always helped them in all the different times that we were in. He's gonna help now. And they like, nah, we need to turn them away from that and have them following us so that we can keep running them. But the Lord already got a certain amount of people that he's not going to allow to jump on the side with Esau and the other nations. But Habakkuk 2 and 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. He's wicked. But the just shall live by faith. But the people that's ruling right now are wicked. And they don't care about you. They want to take you out. Matter of fact, Psalms 83. Matter of fact, let me get that. Psalms 83. I mean, shit, you could read the whole thing, matter of fact. But hold on, because this computer tripping. Computer was just working just fine. Just fine. Now I want to start tripping. Okay, there we go. So I got that Psalms. Okay, so I'm going to continue reading Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, these philosophies, the wine is the philosophies and the doctrines and stuff that our people was in that got them drunk, confused, lost. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Listen, look at America. They have militaries all over the world. It's over 800 militaries in all the different nations. They want to know what's going on everywhere. They can't stay at home. It says, who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So it says, wealth is treacherous in the NLT, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people. They don't care about nobody, especially if you ain't in part of that top elite banking families. They don't care about you. It says, so I wanted to get that because we was talking about how how he ain't upright and he gonna continue to be wicked, and they want to take and trick you out your spot. So we'll start Psalms 83. It says, hold not thy peace, Yahweh. It says, oh, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. It says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsels against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, the Israelites. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And what did Esau say in Genesis? And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Right? Psalms 83 and 4 says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. It says 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. NLT says, yes, this was their unanimous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. Who? You may ask. 6, the tabernacle of Edom, the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the Moabites, the Chinese, the Hangarese, Gebel, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. And we know Amalek is the people they running the world. We'll say that. Amalek is the people running the world. You look up who the top banking family is, that's Amalek. They run the world. So they're trying to do everything they can to take us out the way. But this is a part of the plan because we fucked up. People don't understand this. They always ask me, oh, you believe in all that? Then why would the Lord let you suffer like that? Why would the Lord let you drive that raggedy ass car? Why would the Lord do this and do that and let you be all sick and do this and let people in the family die and let babies die? And this is a part of the curse that has been put on us. See, we see it. Okay, who do these curses fit? The Israelites. It don't fit nobody else. Then you get to reading and you like, dang, we was tripping. If you had a father that loved you and you loved him and you went against him, he bust your ass. So that's the same thing that was going on right now and what's going on back then. We fucked up and we getting our ass kicked. And eventually, you know, when you acting up and you doing this and you doing that, you come to him after you got your whooping. I'm sorry, Dad. I apologize for talking back to you, or I'm sorry that I was talking back to the teacher, or I'm sorry that, you know, I was talking back to Mom, whatever it was. And then he gonna say, okay, hey, I still love you. I only whoop you because I love you. So I'm doing these things for you because I love you. And then guess what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah said it. I chastise the ones that I love. And we messed up. So since he loves us, he chastises. He just used the other nations to chastise us. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And you can go all the way to 68. I'm going to just start at 15. It says, consequences of disobedience. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And when you look up that word curse,
Strong's H, 7045.
Allah.
Kelala. Kelala.
curses, cursings, accursed. All these things gonna happen to us because we went off. To curse, to be cursed. So that's what's happening to us. He using them other nations to kick our butt because we went against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and his laws and commandments. The things that he commanded us to do, we went against it. So he kicking our butt to make us turn back. And once we turn back, he gonna show love again. Matter of fact, since that came, I gotta get it. Second Chronicles 7:14. It says, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. But he's still the one that put the other nations on us that got them kicking our ass right now. But he can easily take them off. But why would he take them off if the punishment ain't done? Everything has to go through first. And it's happening now. And we can see it with our own eyes. We feel, oh, man, we've been going through this for too long. Shit. You lucky he didn't just kill us off because he could have just did that. So Isaiah 7:17, it says, then the Lord will bring things on you, your nation, and your families, unlike anything since Israel broke away from Judah. He will bring the king of Assyria upon you. In that day, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will whistle for the armies of the southern Egypt and for the army of Assyria. They will swarm around you like flies and bees. They will come in vast hordes and settle in the fertile areas and also in the desolate valleys, caves, and thorny places. In that day, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will hire a razor Tahar.
Strong's H 8593. Ta'er.
Tahar.
Ta'er.
A knife, a razor. Knife, razor. It says, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will hire a razor from beyond the Euphrates River, the king of Assyria, and use it to shave off everything, your land, your crops, and your people. That was back then, and it's going to be now. Everything that happened back then is going to happen now. All the people that was back then is here now. This shit about to get real crazy out here. Until our punishment is lifted off us and given to the other nations, including Esau, the so-called white man, we gonna be getting jacked up. All this. It tells you in Matthew's that, what's that? Matthew's 24:8. All these things that's gonna be happening to us is the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows, man. Shit about to get real rough, man. Isaiah 30:19 says, for the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee, at the voice of thy cries. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. But that's only the elect. He's only going to answer the elect. He ain't going to answer everybody. But guess what? Some shit got to be happening to you for you to be crying, which that's like praying. For you to cry is for you to pray. Outcry, cry of distress. Matter of fact, cry.
Strong's H2201. Za'ak. Za'ak.
Cry.
The form just below that, Za'akah. Za'akah.
Cry, outcry, cry for distress. Outcry. So it's got to be some shit happening for us to cry. It says, when he shall hear it, he will answer thee. It says, and though the Lord give you bread for adversity, adversity is hard times.
Strong's
Adversity.
H6862. Tsair. Tsair.
Trouble, distress, affliction. Straight, with straight equals difficulty. Narrow, tight. Straits, distress. Adversary, foes, enemies. Oppressor. Hard pebbles, flints. A tight place. So really it's going to be hard times, right? It says, and the water of affliction. What's affliction? Lahas.
Strong's H3906. Lachatz. Lachatz.
Oppression, distress, pressure. He gonna give this to us, but this gonna make us better. This gonna make us better. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker though. But it says, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see the teachers, thy teachers, and we see ours. We didn't see them, just depending on when the Lord brought you into this thing, because Apostle Tahar been in this thing 40 years, but before like Abba Bivens and stuff, we didn't see our teachers. But once the Lord brought Abba Bivens out, and then Abba Bivens, before he died, passed the torch, and then the torch was passed to Apostle Tahar and them, we see our teachers. We see them. A lot of the brothers in the camps actually met, like Marsha, Ariah, and like the brothers, the elders, the apostles. A lot of people met them. So they seen their teachers, and then they continuing to see Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Ramlab, Rakah, and a lot of the other elders. So we see our teachers. We seeing them. They will not be in the corner no more, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left. And this is what we hearing it. So we hear that word behind us saying, hey, turn this way. That's the Lord directing your steps. He directing our steps, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it, man, because we know hard times is coming. Hebrews 10 and 31 says, it is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Man, what? Man, he ain't playing. If you don't turn back and repent, your ass is grass. It's that simple. Ain't no sugarcoating and shit. It says, think back on those early days when you first learned about Yahweh Shah. Remember how you remained faithful even though it meant terrible suffering? It says sometimes you were exposed to public ridicule and were beaten, and sometimes you helped others who were suffering the same things. You suffered along with those who were thrown into jail, and when all you owned was taken from you, you accepted it with joy. You knew there were better things waiting for you that will last forever. So do not throw away this confident trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Remember the great reward it brings you. Patience, endurance is what you need now, so that you will continue to do Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah's will. Then you will receive all that he has promised. Because if you fall for Esau's trap, you might win for a little bit, but you gonna lose. But if you stick with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, you gonna win. You endure to the end, you are going to win. And we need to endure and get closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah because it's about to get wild. Revelations 12 and 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he has but a short time. What's wrath?
Strong's G 2372. Thumas. Thumas.
Wrath, fierceness, indignation, passion, anger, heat, anger forthwith, boiling up, and soon subsiding again. It says fierceness, indignation, wrath. So it's going to be the worst shit that we can ever see. And if you don't want that, hey, listen, we got to get closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Because some stuff is going to happen, no matter what. Some stuff is going to happen, and we can't control that. Only Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to control. And he said it. You're going to go through these things, but they're going to make you stronger. But that don't mean like, oh, man, he going to just take me out of there where I ain't going to have to go through. No, we all going to have to go through some shit. We going to lose our cars. We going to lose our houses. We going to lose whatever money we got. We ain't going to be able to eat some days. We might not have nothing to drink some days. But do that mean just stop believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah? Hell nah. You better keep that faith forever. Lord willing, I want to be able to keep that faith forever. I never want to let go of this. Ever. And we should be striving to get closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, so that he can keep holding on to us. What David say? Don't take my spirit from me. Don't take the spirit from me. And we feel the same way. Because we done seen some people. See, I know brothers and apostles and stuff, they done seen plenty of people fall out. I hear Apostle Tahar talk about how he started with 52 people in his camp, and now it's only Apostle Gabar and Nate, and which Nate, he ain't teaching 100% truth, but he's still around. But that's out of 52 people. So they done seen it, and then the brothers on down, they done seen all type of brothers falling out. And then for us that haven't been in here long, we see GOCC and IUIC and Sakari and Al-Azhar and Hakkad Hassad going off. So your spirit can get took at any time. And guess what? They fell into the trap of the wicked, the devil, Esau, the so-called white man. They fell into his trap. Once you fall into his trap, the Lord ain't gonna save you. You picked Esau. So you gotta roll with it. Nah, we ain't picking Esau, bro. We picking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And if you ain't rolling with that, I ain't rolling with you. So call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodash. In English, that will mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and brothers of Great Millstone, GMS for short, where I am learning this 100% truth. Shalom to the elect, to the 144,000, to the mixed multitude that's scattered to all four corners of the earth, putting this work. Shalom to the sincere sisters that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, that also believe in this 100% truth. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Shalom.